Hello. I decided I wanted to make a guide getting into raids whether you are a beginner, intermediate, or even close to expert level. So first I'll discuss beginner level. If you are beginner, I assume you are around level 50 or below, and at this rate, I would just tell you to level up, wait until prestige 2 or 3 even, before you start getting into raids. Because at this rate, you can now start to trade, and the best way to level up is doing any guard mission or stall missions on loading dock, as well as purchasing either XP boosts or gold boosts in the shop, or getting lucky with gold boosts or just going for gold boosts whenever you see one. And this might have just been me, but when I was getting into the game, I never checked my daily or weekly quests. Maybe that was just me being stupid, but I highly advise, even if the rewards don't seem worth it right now, you'll thank yourself later when you get to use all of these keys. And then once you get enough keys, you can start going into trading lobbies and requesting specific perks for these values. I highly advise checking out this website. I will leave a link in the description below for it, and there is also a Discord server where I usually go to sell my perks as well, and other such things such as serums and Titan shards. There are certain restrictions when it comes to trading, such as you have to be a certain prestige before you can receive either mythical perks or serums via trading. And that's it for beginner. Basically, I would just say start prestiging, get to at least prestige 2 or 3, and then you can start working towards getting mythical perks for builds that suit your playstyle that will help you with raids. For now, I want to start talking about intermediate players. For intermediate players, I want to assume you're prestige 2 to 3. Maybe you already have some mythical perks. And at that point, if you don't have serum, it's all about getting thunder spears or building towards a perfect ODM build via perks, as well as artifacts. Getting a good scarf build with good stats for ODM or thunder spears is great, unless if you're looking for an infinite thunder spear build, then you can go for conservation chance. But for intermediate players, unless if ODM is your style, I would highly recommend trying to go for a serum as soon as possible. It is the best way to max out your luck doing raids, especially without something like Helos, which is something that most intermediate players do not have. And at this stage, it pretty much is also a game of constantly trading maybe some of the perks that you aren't using for perks that you want, constantly flipping perks. If somebody is underselling perks, you might want to take it and then sell it for some more. Stuff like that is what can get you an inventory like this. And no, I'm not saying to rip people off. Do not do that. But I'm saying sometimes people will try to undersell their perks just because they're not getting any hits. And that's what I did to get 600 keys. Again, do not scam people. Do not rip people off. That is not what I'm saying. And another great way of getting keys is just doing any guard, because Giant Forest has the best chances for it, as well as having the crown artifact for the luck boost. And then it's a matter of selling those prestige scrolls for keys, which then you can use to buy better perks. And then once you have your build, I would always recommend starting at the simplest you can do. The order level of difficulty, in my personal belief, is attack raid is the easiest, female is the second easiest, and Reiner's is the hardest. Female Titan often does more damage on her own, so if you have a build that relies on getting kills through Titans to buff you or refill your stuff, then definitely don't go with this, because this doesn't spawn any other Titans except for Annie and Aaron, so you'll only get 2 kills per round. Reiner's is the hardest because the condition to getting to stage 2 is incredibly difficult to handle sometimes, and Reiner also has a lot of attacks that are harder to deal with than Aaron's is. So for newer players who are just getting into raids, I would just start with the attack Titan raid. Start with C grade, and even if you need to, you can go to your modifiers, put on boring and simple. This will also affect Aaron. Well, not boring, but simple will. And then if you're able to do that, then you can slowly make your way up. If you find out that doing this is too easy, you win without taking a single bit of damage, take it off, try it with oddball, and then even if that's too easy, this is the main indicator of your skill level. For example, going from aberrant, regular, no oddball, from severe with oddball is a huge increase. Even with just aberrant and oddball, you can destroy Aaron in Aberrant alone and then throw on Oddball, and there's a chance you may never do any damage because the difference between Oddball and no Oddball gets so much more noticeable the further and further you go up. So just try out the modifiers, slowly make your way through the ranks until you find that sweet spot. So even if it's just doing like severe B grade with everything but Oddball on, then that is perfect. Find that sweet spot. These are typically the ones I would recommend doing, especially on Annies. I believe for now that concludes for intermediate players. Basically just get into trading more, get the perks you need, sell the stuff you have, and just work towards that. So unfortunately, Roblox has been experiencing some technical issues for a few days now. And so I decided that I'm just going to make a part 2 to this when or if the update comes out. So this video is more directed towards newer players or intermediate players who have been playing for a while but still just don't have all the information they need. So thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll be able to make a part 2 to this when the update comes out, going over all the new raids that come out or just anything that comes out. Thanks for watching and good night.
Oh, that's another legendary. I don't like my chances. I hate this game.
I got it!
I hate
I
this
got it!
game.
Holy! I got it!